Hello everyone, welcome to the yoga class of today. It's a hip opening flow and we're going to do an arm balance. So start the class in Mandakunasana position with your feet together and your knees opening. You can keep your hands in a prayer position in front of your heart or place your hands on your knees. Close your eyes, sit up straight and breathe. Slowly inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. One more time, inhale, arms over your head. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Twist toward the right side. Try to touch your left elbow to your right knee. And then open your arms. Try to separate your arms away from each other. And then inhale, go back to the center with your arms over your head. Exhale, hands in front of your heart and twist toward the left. Try to reach your elbows or your forearm down to the left knee. And then open your arms to encourage your body to twist more. As you inhale, go back to the center with your arms over your head. And then exhale, forward bend. Let go of your head. Take one breath here. Inhale. And as you exhale, you can walk your hands even further forward. Slowly come back. Inhale, arms over your head. And then hands down to the floor. Let's stand at the front of your mat and bring your hips up for Uttanasana, forward bend pose. Halfway up as you inhale. Stay in the halfway up pose for a few breaths. Try to arc your spine till your hips up. And then bring your hands to your hips position too, and try to bring your elbows together behind you. Really strong back as you stand up into Tadasana, the mountain pose. And then inhale, bring your arms over your head. As you exhale, hands in front of your heart, or bring your hands down to the side of your body. Stay here for a few breaths to get ready for the flow. Slowly bring your right leg up and put your right ankle on top of your left knee. Bring your arms over your head. In this kind of tree pose, the variation for today, your legs look like number 4 right now. And look at a focus point to stay balanced. And then let's release your leg and squat down into chair pose. Inhale and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Let's twist toward the left and try to bring your right elbow outside of your left knee. Open your arms. So one hand is pointing up to the sky and the other hand is pointing down to the floor. Slowly come back to the chair pose as you inhale. And exhale, stand with only your left leg. Kick your right leg up really high. And bring your arms behind you as if your hand want to catch your foot. It's a big back bend. As you exhale, bring your back foot down, a long step for high lunge. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze your belly in, very stable in high lunge. Very slowly place your back knee down to the floor and both hands down to the floor. Let's open your front foot and point it toward the left side as you crawl your hands forward, chest up, hips down, and try to open your front thigh bone out for hip external rotation. Stay here for a few breaths. And try to make your legs flexible and strong at the same time. Slowly place your back knee down to the floor. Bring your hands back and place your right hand on the floor. Lift your left hand up, reaching it behind you. Keep opening your left thigh bone out. And maybe you can bend your back knee and you can hold your hand into your ankle. Then push your foot back into your hand as if your foot wants to go back to the floor, so that you have a big chest opening here. Slowly get out of here. Bring your hands back. And then move your front foot into the middle of your hands. Pyramid pose. This time, let's lift your whole front foot up, but only the heel on the floor, and forward bend. Point your toes toward your head and reach your head toward your toes. And then hands on the floor, try to pick your front foot up and kick it up to the sky, down dog split. Turn the whole hips toward the left side and bend your top knee, as if your foot want to point to your right side. And now let's walk both hands back toward your standing foot for standing split. Try to kick the flying leg up really high. And then crawl your hands back to the front of your mat for one leg plank pose and then two leg plank pose. Knees down to the floor, inhale, arcing through your spine, and exhale, chest and chin down to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, become rounded through plank and to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up toward the sky, down dog split. Turn the whole hips toward the right side. And then kick your foot out and step your right foot outside of your right hand for lizard pose. Try to bring your hips down low and then back knee down too. And turn your whole front thigh bone out. Stay here for the next few breaths. Try to bring your hips down low and raise your chest up high. And then lift your hips up and place the front knee down to the floor into pigeon pose. Now your heel is right in front of your groin. Try to bring your hips back and down as much as you can and see if you can hold the floor with only your fingertips, or maybe if you are strong enough in your legs, you can bring both arms up toward the sky. Take a deep inhale to open the front of your body and exhale. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Place your left arm down to the ground and bring your right arm over your ear. It's a strange position for the body. You are opening your hips and your shoulder at the same time. Stay here and breathe deeply to open the back side of your body. Slowly get out of the pose, hands on the floor. You can bring the back foot closer so that you can be rounded and into mountain climbing pose with the front knee on your right arm. And then step the front foot to your right hand position. Fingertips on the floor, strengthening your front leg as you inhale. And exhale, bring your face very low down toward your ankle. Forward bend in the pyramid pose, stretching the hamstring very much. And then standing split. Your left leg flying up toward the sky. Try to make the toes really strong. And then bring the left foot down to the floor. Inhale halfway up. And exhale forward bend. Inhale halfway up. Hands holding at your hips. Try to bring your spine to stand up straight. Inhale, bring your arms over your head. And exhale, hands in front of your heart in the mountain pose. All arms along your body. Stay here for the next few breaths. Slow down within you so that you are ready to do the second flow. And now let's stand only on your right leg and bring your left leg up into the number 4 position. Arms over your head. Find a focus point to look at. And you should feel how your left ankle and your right thigh are pressing into each other strongly as you're opening the left knee out. Slowly bring the left foot back down to the floor and squat down into chair pose. Inhale in chair pose. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale one more time here. Then slowly twist toward the right side. As you twist here, try to bring your chest up high, facing toward the right side. Every time you exhale, twist even more. And then open your arms. So one hand is pointing up to the sky and one hand is pointing down to the floor. Slowly come back and stand only on your right leg. Kick your left leg up into a big back bend here. And bring your arms behind you, pointing your toes. Really strong on your back. Slowly bring your left foot down to the floor. High lunge as you inhale. And exhale, squeeze your belly in. Find stability into your spine. And then very slowly, with control, place the back knee down to the floor. And then both hands down to the floor. Back knee up again. Inhale. And exhale, strengthening your front leg into pyramid pose. Bring your face down very low toward your shin bone. And then bend your front knee again. Turn the whole front leg toward the right side as you bring your hips down low. If you feel tired in your hands can be on the floor. Or keep holding the fingertips so that your legs still have to work. So with great control here, try to squeeze your legs toward each other. And eventually place the whole back knee down to the floor as far behind you as you can. Right hand up and then reaching your right hand behind you. Maybe you can bend your back knee and your right hand can hold into your back ankle. Keep kicking your left leg toward the floor as if your toes want to touch the ground. Slowly come back and get out of here, straightening your leg and bring your front foot back inside your hands. Forward bend for one more time as you exhale. And then press your hands into the floor and kick the right leg up toward the sky for down dog split. Bring your knee up toward the sky and turn your whole hips toward the right side. Let's straighten your flying leg and start walking your hands toward your foot on the floor, standing split. Stay for the next few breaths. And then crawl your hands back to the front of your mat for plank pose. Inhale in plank, knees down and arcing through your spine. Exhale, chest and chin down to the floor. Roll up to cobra pose as you inhale. And exhale, become rounded into plank and then hips up to downward facing dog. Let's inhale, bring your left leg up toward the sky, down dog split. And then exhale, become rounded and bring your knee toward your left upper arm. And then open your left leg outside and step your left foot outside of your left hand for lizard pose. Try to bring your feet very far away. And then place your back knee down to the floor. Open your front leg to the side. And try to sink your hips down low as you bring your chest up high. Stay here in the lizard pose and find more and more space into your hips. Use your own leg strength to open your left thigh bone toward the left side. And then let's lift your back knee up. Lift your front leg up and then place the whole shin bone down to the floor into pigeon pose. Try to bring your hips down and behind you as much as you can. But try to make your legs pressing down to the floor really strong so that maybe you don't need your arms anymore. And you can bring your arms over your head for Pigeon Pose. Inhale, chest up high. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the floor and bring your right arm underneath your chest this time. Turning your face to the left side and left arm over your head. Let's stay in this pose and feel the stretch we are having at the back side of our body. It feels really nice here. I can stay in this pose for so long. And we get out of it by bringing your back foot closer so that you can do a very rounded, high hips mountain climbing pose. Left knee toward your left upper arm. And then bring your left foot toward the left hand position. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, walk your hands away as you bring your face down toward your left shin bone, pyramid pose. Inhale, head up again, and now standing split, standing on your left leg and fly your right leg up toward the sky. Point your toes and try to lift your leg up really high. And then step your right foot down parallel to the left foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward bend, Uttanasana. You can grab your hands behind your ankle and pull your elbows to forward bend even deeper. To get out of here, inhale, halfway up. Hold your hands at your hips, really strong into your back. And then stand up straight with your legs. Once you feel you settle here, no longer dizzy into your head, you can give yourself a nice big stretch by bringing your arms over your head as you inhale. And exhale the mountain pose, Tadasana, with your hands in front of your heart or arms to the side of your body. Take a few breaths in the mountain pose. And when you are ready, we're going to do the number 4 pose again with your right ankle on top of your left knee. But this time we sit back like a chair pose. So this is called one leg chair pose or figure 4 chair pose. Now you can bring your elbow or your forearm, but ideally your elbow, down toward your foot and open your arms really high into a twisting position with your left hand pointing up toward the sky and right hand pointing down toward the floor. If you can slide your arm low enough, your right fingers can even touch the ground. Take a deep inhale. We don't have to stay there for long. Slowly come back into one leg chair pose. And slowly stand up with your right leg in front of you. Let's hold both hands into the right legs and squeeze your right leg in toward your chest. And slowly kick the right leg behind you for that big back bendy shape. And then slowly place your right foot down to the floor with your arms over your head for high lunge. Hands in front of your heart as you inhale. And exhale, twisting lunge with your right arm outside of your left knee. And then as you twist enough, let's open your arms so your right hand will be pointing down toward the floor. Maybe it can even hold the floor. And your left hand up to the sky. Slowly bring your back knee down to the floor. Maybe step your feet a bit longer so that you have more stretch into your hips. Inhale, low lunge, Anjali Asana. And exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Lift your hips up for pyramid pose. Let's point your front toes out toward the left side and sink your hips down low. We are back here into the lizard pose. Let's bring your right hand toward the right side so that you are leaning a little bit to the right side. And then you can bring your left hand back behind you, or maybe you can even hold your left hand into your right ankle. Slowly bring your hands back down to the floor and bring your front foot into the middle line of your mat. Let's try to crawl your front foot forward. Bring your legs as far away as you possibly can do for Hanumanasana, the front split. But of course, just do whatever you can do the best for today. You can hold your hands or you can hold your fist on the floor. Close your eyes and stay a few breaths, enjoying the deep stretch in this pose. Whenever you feel like you are done, let's drag your legs back toward each other and then kick your front leg up toward the sky for down dog split. And then let's do the tree pose, the number 4 pose shape with your legs. So you crawl your hands closer, and then when you can stand with only your legs, you can bring your hands off the floor and into the front of your heart for one leg chair pose, with your left ankle on the top of your right knee. One breath here. And then let's walk your hands forward and go to a plank pose with the same shape of your legs. Slowly bring your shin bones, your knee, your thighs down to the floor and then lay flat on the floor. Inhale, a cobra pose in a quite straight legs position. And exhale, downward facing dog with the same number 4 legs position. And then down dog. Inhale, bring your right leg up. And exhale, let's bring your right foot toward your left hand and point your right knee outside of your right arm. And see if you can place your right shin bone down to the floor and your left knee too. Once you are there, keep holding the floor with your hands really strongly. And day by day, try to bring your hips down toward the floor. If you cannot put your hips on the floor, just keep holding your hands on the floor to support the pose. If your legs are strong enough to maintain the pose, let's bring your arms over your head for a harder variation of pigeon. And then let's bring your right arm down toward your right foot. And bring your left arm over your head. Kind of a strange pigeon pose here. But the important thing here is to feel how your right arm, maybe even your right elbow, connecting to your right foot. And then let's bend your elbows. If it can be at your right foot position, that's awesome. Give yourself a twist here in the pigeon pose. If it's too much, you can bring your elbow back somewhere at the middle of your right shin bone. And then day after day, as you do this class again and again, you will be able to go deeper. If you cannot do any of these things, a normal pigeon pose will be fine. To get out, place your hands and make your hands strong enough. Maybe place your back foot closer and become very rounded into your body for mountain climbing pose. And then see if you can place your right knee on top of your left arm. It's much harder, right? Don't have to stay for long. Right foot to your right hand. Inhale, halfway up. Fix your hips square. And as you exhale, head down. Bring your back foot forward. Uttanasana. Halfway up. As you inhale, holding your hands at your hips. Keep your back really strong. It's almost like doing a back bend here, and stand up. Take 1 or 2 breaths here so that you will not feel too dizzy. So blood circulation going slowly away from your head. And then give yourself a nice stretch by bringing your arms over your head as you inhale. And exhale, hands in front of your heart or arms along your body. Tadasana pose. Stay here and take a few long and slow breaths to calm down and be ready for the next flow. And now let's do one leg chair pose, standing on your right leg. Left ankle will be on the top of your right knee and sit down behind you. We're going to add the twisting variation. Place your left forearm or ideally left elbow into your left foot and bring your right arm up. Day by day you'll be able to slide your left arm lower so that the left foot can actually be pressing into your left upper arm. But stay in the best position you can do now. And we don't have to stay for long. Inhale, stand up and bring your left knee toward your chest. Use your hands to press your left leg very close to your chest. And then slowly kick this left leg back toward the sky. It's a big deep back bend here, really strong into your back body. As you slowly bring your left leg down to the floor behind you for high lunge. Take 1 deep inhale and then hands in front of your heart. Exhale, twist toward the right side. Slide your arm down lower, and now you're having your knee very close to your left arms, left shoulders. Open your arms, one hand pointing up, one hand pointing down. And then slowly bring your back knee down to the floor. Make your legs very far away as your hips sinking down low. Inhale, arms over your head for Anjali Asana. Bring your hands down to the floor. Strengthening your front leg, pointing your toes toward your head. Pyramid pose. And then point your right toes toward the right side for lizard pose. And now let's place your left hand to the left side as you bring your right hand behind you, chest opening. And maybe you can hold your right hand into the left ankle and keep kicking the left foot back for big chest opening. Slowly bring your hands back as you inhale. And then lift your hips up, move your front foot between your hands. Bring the back knee down to the floor again. And make an attempt to do front split Hanumanasana. Just go the furthest that you can go today. Hold the floor firmly with your hands or with your feet. Close your eyes and stay here to discover your limit. Trust me, if you do this again and again, you're going to see the result. Only in the next few days. Once you think you are done with this, let's slowly bring your feet toward each other, and then you can kick your front leg straight up to the sky for down dog split. Bend your knees, stack your hips, and then bring this right leg into the number 4 position again. Slowly crawl your hands toward your foot, and once you are strong enough, you don't need to hold your hands on the floor anymore. Let's do a one leg chair pose. This time with your right ankle on top of your left knee. And then slowly walk your hands back for a plank pose with this leg position. Try to bring the shin bone, the thighs, and then the belly, the chest, the face down to the floor. We're going to do cobra as you inhale. Hips up to the sky. And then go to down dog split, this time with your left leg up. Inhale. And exhale, try to bring your left knee toward your left arm and left foot toward your right hand for the hard version of Pigeon Pose. Option 1, if your hip is not on the floor, just keep your back knee on the floor and both hands on the floor to support you in the pose. Option 2, hips down, or you can be very strong with your legs that you can bring your arms off the floor. Even one arm is fine. Take a deep inhale in the Pigeon Pose you are in. And exhale. Let's bring your left arm across your chest so that your left elbows or left arm will be connecting to your left foot. And right hand over your face. Try to feel the connection between your left arm and your left foot. Stay here for the next few breaths. It's a strange shape. And still find the activation of your legs by pressing them down to the floor. Now see if you can place your left elbow to your left foot and do a twist. Your hips are still here, but your chest is turning to the side. If it feels too much, you can bring your elbow down to the floor somewhere at the middle of your shin bone. And that's good enough. And to get out of here, hands firmly on the floor. Bring your back foot closer so that you can become rounded and bring your left knee toward your left upper arm. And then left knee to your right upper arm. You can bend your elbows a bit. It's a hard pose. Step your left foot toward the left hand. Inhale halfway up. And exhale, step your front foot forward and forward bend. Uttanasana. Inhale halfway up, holding your hands at your hips, keeping your head about as high as your heart, so that you can slowly stand up. Wait until you don't feel dizzy anymore. Stay for a few breaths until you don't feel dizzy anymore. And now we're going to try the arm balance we have been prepared for today. Let's try standing on your left leg first. Bring your right leg on the top of your left leg and try to bring your right arm toward your right foot. Fold toward your left side and hold the hands on the floor firmly. See if you can press your foot down to your arm, and maybe you can slowly straighten your other leg and point the toes off the floor. It's a very hard pose and it's optional, so you can try it, or you can just sit and watch me doing the pose. And then we try the other side. So if you try these poses, notice that there's one side that always do it better than the other side. And here to try to bring your left foot toward your left upper arm as high as you can toward your left shoulder. Focus on your arm strength and see if you can slowly straighten the other leg. Which knee is pressing down to your elbow too? Maybe you can lift it up. Maybe you can't. It really doesn't matter. And after doing all these things, you can sit down to the floor again. Take a break. And then do the turtle pose. So bring your heels down to the floor and create a gap underneath your knees by bending your knees so that you can slide your arms underneath. And then you slide your heels away from you, straighten your legs so that your legs are pressing down to your arms. You can relax your head even if it's not on the floor like me. You really don't have to do things like me at all. because you can even do it better. To get out of turtle pose, slide your arms out. And then let's lay down to the floor, holding your hands at your knees, pressing them down toward your chest. And then straighten your left leg, holding only your right leg toward your chest. Turn your whole body to the left side. Keep this right knee on the floor toward the left. And keep reaching your right hand toward the right side. And bring your face toward the right side too. Enjoy this twist here for a few breaths. As you go back, let's change leg. Bring your left leg toward your chest this time, and then turn your whole body to the right side so that this left foot can be on the floor on your right. Your face and your left arm will be reaching toward the left side. These are nice simple stretches that you can do every day. After this stretching, let's go back to the center and Savasana, unless you want to do something else that makes you feel good and refreshing in the body. As you have a lot more space into your spine and hips, let's move the hips away from the shoulders. Actually, move all the joints away from each other so that you have a lot of space to rest here. Feel how your hips sinking down toward the mat. And it all is big muscles and big bones. They are the biggest muscles and bones in your whole body. Feel how they are just melting and being relaxed on the floor. You can just stay here in Savasana for however long you want. And that's what's so awesome about doing yoga at home. But I'm going to get out of the pose to finish the class of today. I hope you enjoy the class and I hope you have a good time opening your hips. Namaste.